We are having a Good Friday Communion Healing Service in Orlando, April 7th, 2023. We want you to come, and we would appreciate it if you would RSVP and let me know you're coming, how many people, so that we can be prepared. And after the service, we're going to have some food, some snacks, some fellowship. So this will help us be prepared. I'm thinking of a strange thing happened on one of our Good Friday services. We had it at that time in Orlando, downtown Orlando, at the Radisson Hotel. This one coming up, this Good Friday, will be someplace else. RSVP, and I'll give you more details. Gary, tell me why anybody would do this. I want somebody to explain this to me. I've been trying to figure this out. I want to tell you what happened to me. I'm a pastor's pastor, and I have a lot of sons and daughters in the Lord. And one of them, we helped tremendously. And he did something on a Good Friday one year at our Good Friday healing service that I cannot figure out why he did this, Leanne. Before I tell you what he did, let me tell you what happened. There was a very strange person running around to different churches and called himself a prophet, and he would go to different churches and disturb the service and give weird prophecies. You know anybody like that? And they usually carried him out. He was a non-profit organization, but he would come and completely out of order. And I'm thinking this is a true story, happened in a large church. A lady got up in the service and started prophesying. And she was prophesying against the pastor and against the church and everything else. Well, the leaders there didn't know what to do. The elders there didn't know what to do. The hushers there didn't know what to do, and the ushers. So she's rambling, prophesying, and completely out of order. Finally, somebody else with brains, but also out of order, in the balcony, jumps up and he said, "Thus saith the Lord, shut up." That's what he said. Yeah, he was out of order too, but at least she got some. I mean, she was going on, and the pastor, nobody doing nothing. Could this be God? You ought to be able to tell whether it's God or not. So a guy in the balcony stood up and said, "Thus saith the Lord, shut up." Thank God. Well, this wacko, forgive me, I don't want to edit it, but this guy, he was a loose screw. And he would go to churches and prophesy out of order. Well, one day he came to our church. They carried him right out of the place. So now we're having a Good Friday healing service. You know the pastor that I told you I helped a lot? And then he was a bishop and a doctor and everything else except the Pope. Well, he brought a large group of people from his congregation to our healing service, Gary. And in the door walked with them a strange looking character. And when he walked in, I looked and I said, something strange about that person. They look a little familiar, but we need to keep an eye on that person. There's something very strange about them. And Patty, he had the weirdest hairdo. So he walks in with this bishop's, Dr. Bishop, everything. He had every title. He had all the titles. And they walk in with this strange looking character. And he sits over there, and I look at him and I'm thinking, I told our guys that keep an eye on that person. There's something very strange about that person. Nobody can have a hairdo like that. But there's something strange about that person. Sure enough, during the service, he jumps up and prophesies. Well, he was in for the shock of his life. Do you know why? We had a whole football team in the service. We had a whole football team in the service. They got up and as they were carrying him out of the service, his wig falls off. And I said, that's the weird person. I knew that something about him. So the football team carried him right out of there. But this is what I don't understand. My friend, the pastor, bishop, doctor, so-and-so, knew that guy was like that. And they disguised him and brought him into the service. Why would they do something like that? I have no idea. That happened on a Good Friday service in Orlando. I don't know why they would do that. Anyway, God protected us. And so you never know what could happen at these services. But I know what else happened. People got healed. People got saved. People got delivered. And that football team won the game the very next day. When God be with you, who can be against you? Friday, April 7th, Orlando, Good Friday Communion Healing Service. And we are having these special ministry services the first Friday every month in Orlando. You can call the church number to RSVP, or you can call my cell number, those of you that have it, or you can email me at pastorjohntalacio@yahoo.com. Spread the word. Good Friday Communion Healing Service. Where? Orlando. You will not leave the way you came in the name of Jesus.